All right, welcome back to the channel. Man. Oscar De La Hoya tells the truth on Bill Haney in a clapback Thursday that has to be the best clapback Thursday that I have seen from Oscar De La Hoya, who tells Devin Haney without a doubt what he needs to do. Fire your dad. Let's talk about that in this video. Bill Haney is without a doubt one of the most toxic individuals in the sport of boxing. And by toxic, I mean wherever he goes, an argument starts, some drama starts, somebody's name is getting thrown in the mud, some type of story is being told. Just somebody that over the course of years has isolated himself from pretty much every decision maker that there is in the sport of boxing and actually made it very, very hard for a lot of people to cheer for his son, Devin Haney. Oscar De La Hoya, one of the best fighters I've seen in a boxing ring. You should never underestimate Oscar De La Hoya and his ability to fight. Has this program called Clapback Thursdays, where it's a little fun, making jokes, but sharing news at the same time. This last Clapback Thursday, he went at Bill Haney and explained some things that were going on around the lawsuit that Bill Haney filed. Let me tell you, the shit was hilarious. Now, before I get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, you can donate in the super thanks. It's a great way to support YouTube channels and content creators that you like. Very competitive market. So if you support, thank you very much. I've said this a long time ago that Devin Haney needs something different than Bill Haney around him. Something different. I'm not saying that he needed to fire Bill Haney or do away with his father or anything like that, but something definitely needed to change because Bill Haney was forcing people to not be fans of Devin Haney. The way that Bill Haney isolated his son from the Gervonta Davis fan base, to me, is one of the biggest shames that there is in boxing. He goes around, Bill Haney literally went around tearing down every black fighter anywhere around Devin Haney, and is shocked that all of those different fan bases gathered together to not like Devin Haney. So when Oscar De La Hoya came out and said that stuff that he said, I was like, wow, man, you're preaching to the choir on this one. He brought out an information and he's like, Bill Haney is supposed to be, Devin Haney is supposed to be fighting, who was the guy that Sergio. It is the former WBC lightweight champion whose name is skipping me right now. Jose Ramirez. He's supposed to be fighting Jose Ramirez next on the undercard of Devin Haney of Ryan Garcia when Ryan Garcia fights Rayo. Now, the reason that he's on the card is that Oscar De La Hoya and Bill Haney and Devin Haney were in a lawsuit. In exchange for this fight with Jose Ramirez, Bill and Devin Haney have to drop their lawsuit. A lawsuit which, in my personal opinion, was the weakest, most ridiculous claim that I had heard. I read it. It was available. You can get it on the on those dockets websites and read it for yourself. Basically, what he was suing Ryan for was battery in a boxing match. It's never going to go through. He also sued Oscar De La Hoya and he sued Oscar De La Hoya. Also, I think they also sued DAZN, but they basically sued everybody around them, sued the New York State Athletic Commission, all to make a big storm of noise and force Devin Haney to get another fight. Devin Haney should be one of the most popular fighters in America, but he's not because of Bill Haney. And I'm telling you, the way that Oscar De La Hoya talked about what was going on, he was saying, look, man, you don't even know if it isn't too late for Devin Haney. And why? Because you burn every bridge. Every bridge you cross, you burn it when you leave. The way that he treated Eddie Hearn, as if Eddie Hearn's, the development and the expansion of matchroom boxing is of no importance to those guys at all. No loyalty from Bill Haney to the guy that got him a championship belt. No loyalty to the promoters that put him in a position to get undisputed. Just all about Devin, all about Bill. And I'm telling you, I think 100% that Oscar De La Hoya is right about finding a new manager. You don't have to find a new father, but you should find a new manager that doesn't have those same inclinations. The inclinations of divide, argue, fight over all kind of different issues. Gervonta Davis for like 3 years literally could not do anything without a crew of paid Devin Haney internet hacks to run at him and run his name down. It's absolutely ridiculous the way that Bill and Devin Haney have behaved. And to have Oscar De La Hoya, of all people, be the one laughing at you and pointing that out. Look, and you know he's not lying. Look at the different promotional companies and where Devin Haney could possibly be fighting. Is he going to go to talk to Al Heyman? No. You know full well those guys have isolated themselves from the PBC. Is he going to go to Bob Arum? Maybe he'll go to Bob Arum if Bob Arum will have him back. But he didn't have any loyalty to Bob Arum when he dropped that WBC belt and wouldn't fight Shakur Stevenson and goes up to 154 to fight Regis Prograis under Matchroom. Where's the return on the investment of Bob Arum for those fights that he had at Top Rank, right? Now, is that Devin Haney's, first responsibility? No, his first responsibility is to himself. But you still look at the way that he treated and Bill Haney treated everybody around them, everybody that put them on. Showtime originally gave them a shot on Showbox. He left Showbox, went to Matchroom. As soon as Matchroom offered him a little money. Had a little technical issue on the tape, so let me back up a point. Bill Haney has isolated. You cannot point out a major fighter that is more isolated from promoters than Bill Haney has made Devin Haney be. He has isolated himself from the PBC. He's isolated himself from Top Rank. He's isolated himself from Matchroom, and he's isolated himself from Golden Boy. The only way that he's going to get any fights is if Turki Al-Sheikh tries to force that fight down their throat. And please look at the fight, the replacement fight, or the fight that Devin Haney just got made with Turki Al-Sheikh. That is Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez it's almost like they're doing him like they did Deontay Wilder. When Deontay Wilder fought on Turki Al-Sheikh's cards, they immediately put him in there with tough competition. Coming off of a loss, Deontay had one round and knocked out Hellenius. But it was a considerable amount of time where he had not had a fight. And exactly, it was like 3 years. He fought one round in 3 years. Who does Turki Al-Sheikh put him in there with? He puts him in there with Joseph Parker. Meanwhile, who does Turki Al-Sheikh put Anthony Joshua in there with? He puts Anthony Joshua in there with Robert Hellenius, the guy that Deontay Wilder had just knocked out. So you get a guy, a former world champion, is who Deontay is matched up with. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua gets a powder puff. So let's not act like Turki Al-Sheikh isn't giving certain people easier fights than others. So you have Ryan Garcia fighting who? Rolly Romero. Easy fight. That should be an easy fight. Highly predictable fight for Ryan Garcia. Meanwhile, Devin Haney is going to have to hope that Jose Ramirez does not have a flashback to when he was a champion at 140, unified champion at 140, and do Devin Haney kind of dirty coming off of a loss. That is not that Jose Ramirez fight is a iffy fight for Devin Haney. And then in order to get to Ryan Garcia, he's going to have to beat that dude. Ryan Garcia is going to have to beat Rolly Romero. And if Devin is lucky enough to get past Ryan Garcia, guess what his prize is? His prize is going to be Jaron Ennis, which pretty much with Turkey Al-Sheikh means that your career has a lifespan of about 4 fights with him. Those Turkey Al-Sheikh cards, I'm telling you, man, those guys can be real vicious with how they match make, especially if they don't like you, which got to be the case with Bill Haney, because Eddie Hearn don't like him. Eddie Hearn works for Turkey Al-Sheikh pretty much, and so does the president of Queensland, both of the major promoters there. But at the end of the day, man, we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes on, man. But I think that Oscar De La Hoya is dead right. Devin Haney needs another manager, but even if he does, it still may be too late, because Devin ain't exactly the easiest guy to get along with and the most loyal guy in the world. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.